Hello guys, welcome to the Trading Parrot. Bitcoin today is showing a little bit of strength, and I really want us to have a look at a bunch of charts that are showing me what could be next for Bitcoin. We're going to cover a potential for a reversal of alts market. We're going to cover the liquidity fair value gaps, CME gaps. I'm bringing you today 5 different patterns that are showing a strong bullishness for the upcoming months on Bitcoin. And since in this channel we do not have a bias, we show you all the facts, we show you all the different charts, because we think if we are better informed, we're going to take better decisions than people that are biased. And if you agree that's the better way to do your own trading, make sure you subscribe this channel, hit the like, and the best thing that you can do for this channel is to leave a comment down below. That definitely boosts the algorithm for more people to watch this video. I will really appreciate. Bitcoin is up 1.64% for the day. We can see a little bit of green today. Definitely the meme coins are the ones that are taking the whole scene. But at least yesterday when I saw this, everything was in the red. The altcoin season did a new lower low and is currently sitting at 6. That is almost as low as August 2021. And the only time I can find a lower altcoin season is September 2019. In terms of fear and greed index, we are still in greed 61. We can see we haven't moved that much. We are just sitting above 60 since around March. The same meme coins are taking the top places in alt rank in Lunar Crash. And we can see that Total 3 is about to break out from this downtrend. A little bit more of a push to the upside, closing above the super trend right here on the 4 hour, and we might get away with some move to the upside of the alts. Hopefully it's not going to be a fake out like the one we have right here that lasted just for a single candle. Very rarely you can see a trend on the 4 hour to last just for one candle. That was definitely a fake out. The if-RSI applied with kernel using artificial intelligence is already flipping on the 4 hour for the alts. The signal is not 100% accurate, but I like the fact that it gives me a hint before super trend does. We can still see that Bitcoin dominance is above the new support, which is still confirming that we are here to stay in a Bitcoin season at least for a while. Now in a Bitcoin season, there can be some waves where the flow of money goes back into altcoins. But overall, the best performing asset in a Bitcoin season is supposedly Bitcoin. Let's have a look at the liquidity. On the 3 months, we can see that Bitcoin is approaching slowly but steadily towards the 31,000. Same liquidity is still untouched, right above 25K and around 22.5. The pockets below the price are larger than the ones above, at least for the 3 months. On the 1 month, we have a big cloud above the price, and potentially that is what Bitcoin is chasing right now. On the 1 month, we only have this pocket at 26.4. In terms of fair value gaps, they haven't moved at all. We don't have any new fair value gaps. Now, in terms of CME gaps, we have a new one located from around 28.7. So if history repeats, we fill all these gaps. We have only filled this one partially, so the price might get away with leaving that behind, but still the price could come back here, grab this liquidity, remaining right before heading back up or choosing a direction. As I promised, I'm going to show you a bunch of very bullish charts that I'm seeing right now, but before that, let me remind you that in our website, thetradingparrot.com, we have lots of information about bots, indicators, and tools that you can use to take your bot trading to the next level. You can join TTP just by getting a subscription, or you can also join for free if you are using OKX Exchange. All the instructions are in the description. For example, the second one is going to tell you how much volume you need to trade using the OKX Exchange, along with what code you're going to have to use when you're opening the account. And once you achieve the volume traded, just claim your 100% off discount for your TTP subscription. Okay, the first chart that I'm seeing that it's starting to look really bullish is this one here. You can see how this trend line has been acting as a resistance. And we came for the first time right here to retest it. We are testing it again multiple times there, and we're coming back up. Once we achieve this price, which is located around 30K, If we break above that, the pattern that we will be forming around here will be a double bottom. The target of this double bottom is located between 32 and 33K, but for that we need to break above 31K. What we do not want to do is come back below here and lose this trend line, because every time we lose this trend line, like around there, we have a big sell out. That sellout could easily take us to 25K or 23K. So we must hold this line. Make sure you subscribe our YouTube channel so you're gonna learn how these things are progressing in much detail. But if you want the most time-sensitive alerts, head down to twitter.com/tradingparrot, subscribe my channel. Okay, the second chart that is very bullish right now is this pattern on the 12 hour. A few candles ago, we have a bullish crossover and we finally managed to break above this RSI trend line. We retested that and we are coming back up. That is very bullish, but in order to sustain that momentum, we need to cross above 30K and hold it. The third chart, you probably already saw it in my channel, and it's the monthly MACD that we are about to get a bullish crossover. I'm forecasting that somewhere in the beginning of June, we're gonna see the bullish crossover. And here is the performance of the past 3 bullish crossovers from the bear market. Obviously, with the diminishing returns, you're seeing less and less. First is 13,000%, then it's 5,000%, and then it's just 500%. And on the last one, we have a pretty decent drawdown of 61% after the signal fire. So keep an eye on that as well. Fisher Transform, this indicator has been absolutely fantastic predicting bottoms of the market. As you can see here, every time you get the bullish crossover below the second red line is the bottom of the market. And pretty much this is what we are seeing here. The only thing to be aware is that after this trigger around the bottom, then it came up and then it did a big drawdown to the downside of almost 61%. That is very difficult to see, but it's still happening around this area. So if that happened, it will look something like this and then a move to the upside. In this chart, I'm not using Bitcoin. I'm actually applying Fisher Transform to the total crypto market cap. Now going back to Bitcoin, the EMA ribbon is looking really bullish. Let's observe what's been happening in the past months. We can see we came back from a very heavy bear market, the EMA ribbon started opening up and then slowing down and reversing. We did one test at the bottom of the ribbon and the flip started happening from around late April. We haven't retested since then, and we are printing today a hanging man bullish candle. If today we close this candle still in a hanging man, that should be an indication that there is more upside to come. Let's compare that to the previous bear market. Again, we have this area here, the reversal, the retest right there, then exiting from here. So we could say that we are at a timing similar to this, but since we are in diminishing returns and the volatility of Bitcoin is less than in these days, I wouldn't expect to see a 335% because that will be equivalent to doing almost a new all-time high. So if you zoom out and you compare this pattern with the one in 2019, we can put a Fibonacci retracement and we can see that we top around the golden pocket. If we manage to do something like we did in this bear market, that will mean that we will have to cool down around 48, something like around here, and then do a higher low somewhere around 20K. That is if we did precisely what we did in the previous market, which is not necessarily going to be the case. So enough with the bullishness, and let's have a look at the bearish patterns that I'm seeing as well. I mentioned this pattern on my channel, and since I said head and shoulder, I lost 20 subscribers, which is pretty funny because with that I can tell that people do not want to hear that there is a chance that we can come back and revisit lower levels. But this pattern is still here. In order to invalidate fully this pattern, what we have to do is we have to see a higher high here and completely break the head or even get above the shoulder. But if you want full confidence that the head and shoulder is absolutely gone, we have to get to a price higher than the head of this pattern. Any movement below the trend line will confirm the head and shoulders. At this point in time, anything below 27.8, 27.9 and closing the day there will be horrible for the price action. Now, continuing with some extra concerning news, we look at this chart at the beginning of this week, and I'm seeing again that the activity in the network keeps coming down. Now is as low as when we were at 69K. Notice that we made it to 464K, which was higher than that, but now we are coming back down. What I do not want to see is that the activity in the network goes below 433K, because that will mean that we're printing a lower low in the activity of the market that could really damage the potential for continuing this rally. I also mentioned in the previous TA video that we had this resistance and we need to conquer 29.2. We're kind of work in progress on that, although the daily candle looks like it's having some struggle. Potentially we are just retesting. We will have to see in a few more hours how we close the daily candle. We were seeing that the opening of shorts was going crazy. The lower this ratio is, it means that there are more shorts than longs. You can see here that when you have too many shorts, then there is a short squeeze. I think we are in the territory where it's very likely that we could see a short squeeze, because there are too many shorts right now, maybe not as much as when we were at 20K, but definitely much higher than the past 2 months. Let's have a look at the 4-hour RSI. It's been absolutely fantastic to forecast all the reversals. Right now we are in a channel, in an uptrend in the 4-hour, and I'll keep you updated on Twitter whenever we see a breakout outside this channel. On the daily, we are seeing a breakout to the upside on the RSI. That is very promising. We will have to see where do we close this daily candle, whether it's still pointing up or whether we have sold out and came back below the trend line. Very important decisive moment. A close above this could forecast a move for many days going up. In terms of the move of the price against the biggest bust of the bull market, which is all this area there, we can see that the price looks pretty much like it's ready to do another attempt to penetrate the 31K level. Is this time going to finally break above 31K? Well, no one can tell, but all I see in the chart is that it took us more than 10 attempts to break below it. So we could say that maybe this can be considered our third attempt. If you want to do the maths, what is the likelihood that now we're going to break above it so easily? It can happen still, but let's say it's got a 30% chances of doing it. We can clearly see why Bitcoin is having this momentum. DXY looks like it's attempting to break below this support of 101. Remember, any price below 100 of the DXY is definitely going to help Bitcoin to continue the rally. Any move above 103, 105, and is going to sell out massively. Nasdaq continues with this structure going higher. The S&P is still trapped below this potential formation of a double top. Looking at the RSI weekly on the S&P, we can still see that the formation is coming up in this structure to the upside. As we say earlier this week, in order to secure our chances of continuing with this rally to the upside, Bitcoin needs to conquer the pivots for May. It needs to close above the level 29.2. Not doing that and coming back down to the red is definitely going to confirm that we could see the 25 and 23 targets. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this very summarized TA that I prepared for you on a Friday. I hope you enjoyed the weekend. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We need to compensate for the 20 people I lost for saying that there is a chance that we close the CME gap at 21K for Bitcoin. Remember to hit the like and leave a comment. That is the best thing that you can do for this channel. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.